What's your Tyler's back when my 96 interview continues with WrestleMania 12. So, um, yeah. High better than 11. Ugh. God, that was bad. Really, really bad. But it was good for its time, yeah. This WrestleMania was, yeah. March 31st at the Anaheim Pond in Anaheim, California. So they will not go back to Anaheim until 16. Yeah. So let's get on to this WrestleMania. So yeah. Let's talk about the whole. Okay, let's continue. We start with a six-man tag match, and the stipulation is have Yokozuna's team won. He will have 5 minutes in the ring with Jim Cornette, but unfortunately, the British Bulldog, Owen Hart, and Vader defeated Ahmed Johnson, Jake Roberts, and Yokozuna. This was originally supposed to be Yokozuna versus Vader, but they did not want to do the whole big man match at WrestleMania, but they went with at the most bizarre in your house ever. We'll get to that sooner or later than later. It was a good opening contest for WrestleMania. I give it a 6. And then we get the most hilarious thing about the show, the Hollywood Backlot Brawl. This was another match that was originally supposed to be a Miami street fight between Goldust versus Razor Ramon, but unfortunately, Scott Hall, his time is coming up in the WWF along with Diesel. So Scott Hall got suspended, but even though his contract was coming up as well as Diesel's, so we gotta make sure to that. So instead we got Roddy Piper and Goldust in a Hollywood Backlot Brawl. So Roddy Piper, I guess, defeat Goldust in this Hollywood Backlot Brawl. It was fucking hilarious in a good way. It reminds me of that fight from They Live with that backlot part. It reminds me of that. But it's not like aliens are not gonna take over the whole obey thing and whatever that was. So yeah, it was hilarious, but I cannot rank because it was not much of a match. But yeah, it was hilarious. So let me say this: it started in the back lot, then they drive away all the way back to the arena, and they brawl in the ring, and that's basically it. And right here, rip off Goldust's gear. Speaking of Roddy Piper, this will be the last time we see him on a WWE event until 2003. Yeah. So anyways, then we have Stone Cold Steve Austin's first WrestleMania match, and welcome back to the review series for you, Mr. Austin. Defeats Savio Vega by knockout. So yeah, technical knockouts, because yeah, Austin was the $1 million champion, but why is he at Ted DiBiase here? I mean, 2 months later at that bizarre inner house, which we'll get to, DiBiase left and Austin came on his own, which was good for him, but his true rise will not begin until the following year at WrestleMania 13, which I already reviewed that last year. Not a bad match. 6.5. Austin's matches will get better as time goes on. So yeah. So Stone Cold wins this match. So yeah, this was his first WrestleMania match, but his bigger main matches will be with Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, and obviously The Rock. And he had one with Scott Hall, honestly, and Kevin Owens this year. Who would have thought that Austin's first match back in 19 years was against Kevin Owens at the main event night 1 of WrestleMania, which probably pissed off CM Punk. Ooh, you know what I mean to say that? Whatever. Fuck Punk as a person. And then we get the Ultimate Warrior defeats Triple H. Was not much of a match, basically. Again, I can't rank it because it was a squash match. This is the first appearance of Sable. And also after this match, Mark Merrill made his debut also. So yeah, let's begin the downfall of Mark Merrill because he got overshadowed by Sable. Yeah. But for historical purposes of Triple H fighting Ultimate Warrior, even though there was the self-destruction deity said about Triple H said nice things about the Warrior, but then the other one, which we're not gonna talk about, okay? It went 1 minute and 39 seconds. I can't rate it honestly. Triple H hits him with the pedigree, and he no-sell it. Well, that's the Ultimate Warrior for you. Whatever. Ultimate Warrior is the Ultimate Warrior. I'm not gonna shit on him. So yeah. Warrior's first appearance in the WWE since '92. Yeah. And he will be gone again by the summer. And he had the disastrous run in WCW, which may be a wrestling dumpster fire video, but I don't want to talk. I don't want to do that, honestly. But anyways, then we have The Undertaker defeating Diesel. This is a great match. The last two give this a good rating, honestly. And this has been Kevin Nash's last match at WrestleMania. His first appearance back at WrestleMania was 18. This is his last match at WrestleMania. And once again, he's in the second to last match on the card against The Undertaker. But at least the championship is not on the line here. So that's a good thing. And there's no celebrities in this time around. So that's good at least. This is Diesel's heel run. And by the next month, In Your House, Good Friends, Better Enemies, which will be the next one. Spoiler alert. He had his last match for 4 years until 2000. Or 6 years. Okay. So yeah. So he puts over The Undertaker. This is around the time The Undertaker becomes a worker instead of being a slow, manipulative guy. And the next night on Raw, we saw the debut of Mankind, Mick Foley's persona, and probably my favorite persona of Mick Foley is the Mankind character. Him and Undertaker have some insane fights, which I can't wait to talk about their Buried Alive match. 8 out of 10, really good match. And then we get the main event. The 60-minute Iron Man match for the WWF Championship. This is an overrated match. But it's still a really great match, but it was really overrated. Shawn Michaels defeats Bret Hart in sudden death overtime, so they went 60 minutes. Shawn had a really cool injury when he flew off the top of the scaffold rafters, and yeah, that's actually really cool, but Shawn says he would never want to do it again, so yeah, it was kind of risky for him. But this was a great match. 9.5 out of 10, the best match on the show, but I can't give it a 10 because this match was really, really overrated. I mean, come on. They went really long. They went the entire 60 minutes. Bret Hart got him in the short and the time ran out. And then Howard Finkel says this match just restarted over sudden death overtime. Shawn Michaels hits Sweet Chin Music and wins the WWF Championship for the first of 3 title runs. And after the match, you can hear Shawn say, "Get him out of my ring. This is my moment now." This has begun the real hatred between Shawn and Bret until they forgive each other. So there's that. Because we don't know the Sunny Days comment of the following year. And the Montreal Screwjob, which we already know. 25 years later, everyone will still remember that moment. Because you already know. We all know about the Montreal Screwjob. 9.5 out of 10. It was better than their match at Survivor Series 97 because of the real hatred they had. This is the beginning of the hatred. So the boyhood dream came true for Shawn Michaels, and so that's WrestleMania 12. Not the best WrestleMania. It's right up there with 22, 10 years later, 16, 37, and a few others. I get a 6 out of 10. It was a okay WrestleMania. So yeah. It didn't get better until 14, basically. And then later, 17, 19, 20, basically. Those are like the peak of WrestleManias. So this show was an improvement over the last WrestleMania. The worst WrestleMania. Bar none. 33 may be bad, but there were some good matches, basically. But there's not a lot of great matches on that show. 15 was bad, but that was during the high point of the Attitude Era. But I already talked about it. Anyways, next week, In Your House, Good Friends, Better Enemies, and WCW Slamboree will be afterwards. So, yeah. like this video, comment down below. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and yeah, probably one of my not that long of WrestleMania reviews. So yeah, bye. I'll probably do the live stream later. Nah, it's getting late anyways. I'll probably do Dynamite review tomorrow. Yeah, bye. I'll probably do another live stream on Thursday, probably. And what else? Maybe I'll do another. Uh, I don't know what else I'll do on Thursday. Bye.